Love is simple, but living with love is not always easy. When two people come together, they bring their hearts, their past, their fears, and their expectations. At the beginning, everything feels light. Words flow easily, smiles come naturally, and trust feels automatic. But as time passes, real life enters the relationship. Small habits become visible. Silence starts to mean something. Simple words can suddenly hurt. This is where love is tested, not because love is weak, but because people are human. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and stoic philosopher, never wrote love stories, yet his thoughts about human nature, patience, and understanding speak deeply to modern relationships. He believed that most pain in life comes not from events themselves, but from how we judge them. This idea is powerful for couples because many misunderstandings are not created by actions, but by assumptions. Trust is the foundation of every real relationship. Without trust, love becomes fear. When trust is strong, even silence feels safe. But when trust is weak, even honest words feel suspicious. Many couples say they trust each other, but their behavior tells a different story. They check phones, question small delays, and imagine stories that were never real. Marcus Aurelius taught that we should not waste our energy on thoughts we cannot control. When you imagine betrayal without proof, you are not protecting your heart, you are slowly poisoning it. Trust does not mean being blind. It means choosing calm over chaos until truth is clear. A couple that understands this learns to pause instead of reacting. They learn to ask instead of accuse. Misunderstandings usually begin in small moments. A message is read but not replied to. A tired tone is mistaken for anger. A quiet evening is seen as emotional distance. In reality, most people are fighting battles inside their own minds. Work pressure, family stress, personal fears, and unspoken doubts all shape behavior. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that people act according to what they believe is right at that moment. When couples remember this, they stop taking everything personally. Not every silence is rejection. Not every disagreement is disrespect. Sometimes it is just two tired minds trying to survive the day. One of the biggest mistakes couples make is expecting their partner to think the same way they do. Love does not mean sameness. Two people can care deeply for each other and still process emotions differently. One may need space to think, while the other needs conversation to feel safe. When these differences are not understood, misunderstandings grow. The Stoic mindset teaches acceptance of reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. When you accept your partner's emotional style instead of fighting it, peace enters the relationship. You stop asking, "Why are you like this?" and start saying, "This is who you are, and I want to understand you." Anger is another silent destroyer of love. Many arguments are not about the present moment, but about old wounds that were never healed. A small comment becomes the trigger for years of stored pain. Marcus Aurelius believed that anger hurts the person who carries it more than the person it is directed at. In relationships, this is deeply true. Holding anger creates distance. It builds walls where bridges should be. Real couples learn that winning an argument is less important than protecting the bond. They choose calm words over sharp ones, not because they are weak, but because they value peace more than pride. Communication is often called the key to relationships, but honest communication is rare. Many people speak to be understood, not to understand. They wait for their turn to talk instead of listening. Stoic philosophy encourages deep listening and self-control. When couples truly listen, they hear more than words. They hear fear behind anger, sadness behind silence, and love behind frustration. This kind of listening requires patience, and patience is a daily practice, not a one-time decision. Another common source of misunderstanding is expectation. Many people expect their partner to heal their loneliness, fix their insecurities, and give constant happiness. But no human can carry that weight forever. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily that happiness comes from within, not from others. When couples understand this, they stop demanding perfection. They stop blaming their partner for feelings that come from their own unmet needs. Love becomes lighter when responsibility is shared, not placed on one person's shoulders. time also changes people, and this change often scares couples. The person you fell in love with at the beginning will grow, learn, and evolve. Sometimes this growth feels like distance. Instead of fearing change, Stoic wisdom teaches us to see change as natural. Couples who grow together talk openly about their changes. They allow space for new dreams and new fears. They understand that love is not about holding tightly, but about walking side by side, even when the path changes. Trust is rebuilt not through promises, but through consistent actions. Saying, "I trust you," means little if behavior shows doubt. Marcus Aurelius believed in aligning words with actions. In relationships, this means showing care through presence, honesty, and reliability. Small acts, like keeping your word, being emotionally available, and respecting boundaries, slowly strengthen trust. When trust is damaged, healing takes time. Rushing forgiveness without understanding only hides the wound. Real couples talk about pain calmly, without blame, and allow healing to happen naturally. Silence is often misunderstood as absence of love. In truth, silence can be a place of reflection. Stoics valued silence as a way to gain clarity. Couples who respect silence do not fear it. They know that not every moment needs words. Sometimes sitting together quietly is a deeper connection than any conversation. The problem begins when silence is used as punishment instead of peace. Healthy couples learn the difference. Jealousy is another emotion that hides behind the mask of love. Many people say they are jealous because they care, but jealousy often comes from insecurity, not love. Marcus Aurelius would remind us to focus on what is within our control. You cannot control another person's choices, but you can control your reactions. When jealousy appears, it is an invitation to look inward. Ask what fear is being triggered. Is it fear of abandonment, fear of not being enough, or fear of past pain repeating itself? Couples who talk honestly about these fears grow stronger instead of more suspicious. Respect is the quiet partner of love. It shows in tone, timing, and intention. Disrespect does not always come as shouting. Sometimes it comes as sarcasm, ignoring feelings, or dismissing concerns. Stoic philosophy teaches dignity in behavior, especially during conflict. Couples who maintain respect during disagreement protect their emotional safety. They understand that words cannot be taken back, and wounds from disrespect last longer than anger itself. Forgiveness is often misunderstood. It does not mean forgetting or allowing repeated harm. It means choosing peace over constant resentment. Marcus Aurelius believed that holding on to resentment is like holding a burning coal and expecting the other person to feel the pain. In relationships, forgiveness frees the heart, but it must come with boundaries. Real couples forgive with wisdom, not blind hope. Love, trust, and misunderstandings are not separate experiences. They are deeply connected. Where trust is strong, misunderstandings are resolved faster. Where love is patient, trust grows naturally. Where understanding is practiced daily, conflict becomes a teacher instead of an enemy. Marcus Aurelius never spoke directly to couples, but his reflections on patience, self-awareness, and acceptance offer timeless guidance. Relationships are not about controlling the other person, but about mastering oneself. This is where real love begins, not in perfection, but in effort. Not in constant happiness, but in mutual understanding. Not in avoiding misunderstandings, but in learning how to walk through them together with calm hearts and honest minds. As relationships move forward, the challenges also become deeper. The early excitement slowly fades, and what remains is daily life. This is the stage where many couples feel confused. They ask themselves if love is still there, or if something is missing. Marcus Aurelius would say that nothing real is ever lost, it only changes form. Love does not disappear, it transforms. It becomes quieter, steadier, and more demanding of maturity. Couples who understand this do not chase constant excitement. They learn to appreciate stability, effort, and shared responsibility. One of the most painful misunderstandings in relationships is feeling unappreciated. Many partners give love in different ways. One shows love through actions, another through words. When these languages do not match, both feel unseen. Stoic thinking reminds us that we often suffer not because of what happens, but because of what we expect. When you expect love to look exactly like your own expression of it, disappointment grows. Real couples learn to recognize love in its many forms. They stop measuring love and start receiving it. Emotional wounds from the past also enter relationships quietly. Childhood experiences, past betrayals, and broken trust shape how people love. A partner's small mistake can reopen an old wound that has nothing to do with the present. Marcus Aurelius believed that understanding others requires understanding their history. When couples respond with curiosity instead of judgment, healing begins. Asking, "What made you feel this way?" instead of, "Why are you overreacting?" changes everything. Control is another hidden problem in relationships. Sometimes it is not loud or aggressive. Sometimes it comes as advice, concern, or protection. One partner starts deciding what is best for the other. Over time, love turns into pressure. Stoic wisdom teaches respect for personal freedom. You can guide, but you cannot control without damaging trust. Healthy couples support each other's choices, even when they are uncomfortable. They understand that love grows where freedom exists. Arguments are unavoidable, but how couples argue defines the relationship. Many people fight to be right, not to be understood. Marcus Aurelius practiced self-restraint, especially in moments of conflict. He believed that reacting without thinking is a weakness, not strength. Couples who pause before speaking reduce damage. They choose timing wisely. They understand that some conversations need calm minds, not tired emotions. Silence before speech can save love. Another deep misunderstanding comes from unmet emotional needs. Many people expect their partner to notice their pain without words. When this does not happen, resentment grows. Stoicism teaches personal responsibility. If something matters, it must be communicated clearly. Real couples speak their needs without blaming. They say, "I feel lonely when we don't talk," instead of, "You never care about me." This small change protects dignity on both sides. Trust, once broken, creates a new relationship. Things cannot go back to how they were before. This truth is painful, but necessary. Marcus Aurelius accepted reality instead of wishing it away. Couples who heal after betrayal do not pretend nothing happened. They rebuild slowly with honesty, patience, and accountability. Trust returns through transparency, not pressure. The partner who was hurt needs time, and time cannot be rushed. Fear of abandonment is another silent force behind misunderstandings. Many people react strongly, not because of the situation, but because of the fear of being left. This fear often comes from earlier losses. Stoic philosophy teaches inner stability. When individuals work on their own emotional strength, relationships become healthier. Love should be a choice, not a fear-based attachment. Couples who feel secure within themselves bring calm into the relationship. Daily habits also shape emotional distance or closeness. Small routines like checking in, sharing meals, or expressing gratitude create safety. Marcus Aurelius believed that greatness is built through small daily actions. The same is true for love. Big gestures cannot replace consistent care. Real couples invest in ordinary moments. They understand that love lives in repetition, not in rare intensity. Comparison with others damages relationships deeply. Social media, stories from friends, and unrealistic ideals create false standards. People begin to question their own relationship unfairly. Stoic thinking encourages focusing on one's own path. Every relationship is unique. Comparing only creates dissatisfaction. Couples who protect their relationship from outside noise stay connected. They define happiness on their own terms. Another misunderstanding arises when partners grow at different speeds. One may seek emotional depth, while the other focuses on practical goals. This difference can create distance if not addressed. Marcus Aurelius valued balance. Couples who respect different priorities find ways to support each other without forcing change. Growth is not a competition. Walking together does not require identical steps. Vulnerability is often feared, yet it is the doorway to deeper trust. Many people hide their true feelings to appear strong. Stoicism is often misunderstood as emotional coldness, but in reality, it teaches emotional awareness and control, not suppression. Real couples share their fears calmly. They allow themselves to be seen without drama. This honesty builds intimacy that cannot be forced. Resentment grows when sacrifices are unspoken. One partner gives quietly and expects recognition. When it does not come, bitterness appears. Marcus Aurelius would remind us to act with virtue, not for praise. In relationships, this means giving freely, but also speaking when something feels heavy. Balance between giving and expressing is essential. Real couples do not keep silent scorecards. Forgiving daily mistakes is part of long-term love. Not every issue needs a deep conversation. Some things need letting go. Stoic wisdom teaches choosing peace over unnecessary conflict. Couples who forgive small things easily save their energy for what truly matters. They understand that perfection is unrealistic, but effort is enough. In the end, misunderstandings are not signs of failure. They are invitations to understand deeper. Love is not tested when everything is easy. It is tested when patience is required, when ego must soften, and when understanding must grow. Marcus Aurelius lived in a world of constant pressure, yet he sought inner calm. Couples today face emotional battles, but the same calm can be learned. This stage of love asks for maturity, honesty, and courage. It asks couples to face their own shadows, not just their partner's flaws. When this work is done, love becomes less dramatic, but more real. It becomes a quiet strength that supports both people, even in difficult times. As love continues over time, couples begin to understand a deeper truth. Relationships are not meant to complete a person, they are meant to support two complete individuals walking together. Many misunderstandings disappear when this idea is fully accepted. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to focus on his own character rather than trying to fix others. In relationships, this means working on your reactions, your patience, and your honesty before expecting change from your partner. One of the most powerful lessons for couples is learning how to sit with discomfort without immediately reacting. Not every emotional pain needs instant resolution. Sometimes feelings need space to be understood. Stoic philosophy teaches endurance with awareness. When couples allow emotions to settle before responding, they avoid words that create long-lasting damage. Calm responses build safety, and safety strengthens love. Long-term love requires intentional effort. Many people believe love should feel natural all the time. When it does not, they think something is wrong. Marcus Aurelius believed discipline creates freedom. In relationships, discipline means choosing kindness even when tired, choosing honesty even when uncomfortable, and choosing respect even during disagreement. Love survives not because it is easy, but because it is chosen daily. Another deep misunderstanding comes from confusing attention with love. Constant messaging, checking, and reassurance are often seen as proof of care. But love is not measured by availability every moment. Stoic thinking values independence and self-trust. Healthy couples give each other room to breathe. They understand that space does not mean distance, and independence does not mean disconnection. Many couples struggle with emotional responsibility. One partner becomes the emotional caretaker, while the other avoids vulnerability. Over time, imbalance creates exhaustion. Marcus Aurelius believed in fairness and balance in all things. Real couples share emotional labor. They both listen, both express, and both support. When responsibility is shared, resentment fades and partnership grows. Apologies play a crucial role in healing misunderstandings. A real apology is not about defending intent, but acknowledging impact. Stoicism teaches humility. Admitting fault does not make a person weak, it makes them trustworthy. Couples who apologize sincerely repair faster. They focus on understanding pain instead of proving innocence. Another challenge appears when routine replaces curiosity. Partners stop asking questions. They assume they already know each other. This assumption creates emotional distance. Marcus Aurelius practiced reflection every day, even about familiar things. Couples who stay curious keep love alive. They ask about thoughts, dreams, and fears, even after years together. Curiosity prevents stagnation. External stress tests relationships deeply. Financial pressure, health issues, and family responsibilities create emotional strain. Misunderstandings increase during stressful times. Stoic philosophy teaches separating what can be controlled from what cannot. Couples who face stress together focus on solutions instead of blame. They become teammates instead of opponents. Boundaries are often misunderstood as rejection. In reality, boundaries protect love. Saying no to certain behaviors or conversations preserves emotional health. Marcus Aurelius valued self-respect. Couples who respect boundaries build trust. They understand that love does not require sacrificing dignity or inner peace. Acceptance is one of the highest forms of love. Not passive acceptance of harm, but acceptance of human imperfection. Everyone has flaws, moods, and limits. Stoicism teaches acceptance without bitterness. Couples who accept each other fully stop trying to change each other. They support growth without force. Love becomes a place of safety instead of judgment. Gratitude strengthens relationships quietly. Many people focus on what is missing instead of what is present. Marcus Aurelius practiced gratitude even during hardship. Couples who express appreciation regularly feel more connected. Simple acknowledgements create warmth that prevents many misunderstandings before they begin. Over time, love becomes less about emotion and more about values. Shared principles like honesty, loyalty, patience, and respect hold couples together during difficult phases. Stoic philosophy is deeply value-centered. Couples who align on values can survive emotional storms. Feelings change, but values remain. Misunderstandings will always exist because no two minds are the same. The goal is not to eliminate them, but to handle them with wisdom. Real couples do not fear conflict. They fear disconnection. They use misunderstandings as moments to learn, adjust, and grow closer. In the end, love is not proven by dramatic words or perfect understanding. It is proven by consistency, calm effort, and mutual respect. Marcus Aurelius believed that a good life is built through small, virtuous actions done daily. A strong relationship is built the same way. When love is guided by trust, patience, and understanding, misunderstandings lose their power. They no longer destroy, they teach. And when two people choose growth over ego, calm over chaos, and understanding over assumption, love becomes not just a feeling, but a stable force that carries them through life together. If this video made you stop and think even for a moment, then it has done its job. Relationships are not about being perfect, they are about being present. Love grows when we listen, trust deepens when we stay patient, and misunderstandings fade when we choose understanding over ego. If you felt connected to these thoughts, please take one small action. Like this video so it can reach more people who are silently struggling. Share it with someone who might need these words today. And subscribe to the channel, because more honest conversations about love, life, and inner strength are coming. Sometimes one idea can change how we see everything, and maybe this was that idea for you.